Hello and welcome back. I'm Phil from PJB Exterior Cleaning, and on this episode we talk about this Pro Foam from Rutland Pumps. Let's get into it. Right then guys, in this video I'm going to do a review of the Pro Foam from Rutland Pumps. This is not a sponsored video. I paid for this with my good money, and it'll be an honest review, what I think of it, how I get on with it. There'll be video clips of me applying the chemicals through this application lance called the Pro Foam, very similar to the Pro's Jet, but this puts it down thicker and in faster quantities. So let's get into it. As you can see here, I'm now going to apply my Hypo to this block driveway in Norfolk. I'm now attaching the chemical hose to my Pro Foam. Here you can see me applying a nice thick coverage. The dilution mix is about 5:1, and I use surfactant in with my Hypo, and that does help to make it foam up. But putting it through the Pro Foam from Rutland Pumps, it just makes it really foamy because there's a gauze, so it gets, I think it mixes the air and stuff, so it like foams up. I don't know the actual science behind it, but all I know, it puts it down really nice and foamy, and you get a lot of coverage really quick. Like I said, it took about 1 minute 30 seconds to do this 70 square meters of a driveway. So I will let you continue to watch while I stop waffling. My machine is 20 litres per minute, so I use a black proportioner, and that does around 5:1, okay? And it's got the Q fitting on the end. I just get my gun. So as I've got a Q fitting, I can just literally slide it in and away you go. Also with mine, I've got the very flow, I think it's called, where I can adjust the pressure, so I don't have to keep going back to the unloader on my machine. So that's how I connect it to my gun, but I believe you can have it on the middies, all different ends, but I use a Q connection. What I'll do, I'll be talking in the background, put a little sort of a clip up of me using it. As you can see, before I used to use a watering can, and you can see it's not very foamy, it's really poor, just to be honest, and it takes so much longer. But then since I got the Pro Foam, it's a game changer. As you can see now in this other clip and some other sort of clips as well, how much quicker it is. And look at all that foam. I use a surfactant in my chemicals in my Hypo, so it makes it cling to the surface and foams up better. In the Pro Foam, apparently in here there's a gauze, so as the chemicals and water mixes, it comes through the gauze and then it comes out off the end. It's got one, you can adjust it like the Pro's Jet. You can adjust the end, so it's got a wide fan or more of a powerful one, but this is just set, so you literally plug it in and away you go. What I've done with mine, had a lot of people ask, how do I do this? Because they find if this is the end what goes into the chemical, they find that as they put it into the chemical, the pipe sort of I'll put this out. They find the pipe bends up, then you got like half a barrel of chemical, but it's not sucking. But with this, that is just white PVC conduit. Okay, then I will just measure this white plastic tube. As you can see, it is 13 3/4 of an inch in length. The diameter, as you can see that, of the plastic pipe, I don't know if you can see it, but that's sort of a 20mm. So what I'll do, if I pull this off, I can. So what you have a sort of lid like that, hole same size as the pipe. The pipe I've got is about 13mm to put it all together. So you have the pipe, the filter and the lid. Slide the lid on. That will be tight because I don't know if you can hear that. Slide it all up anywhere, pop that on. It's like that. Then put in the filter, slide it all back down, and there you go. And that is the correct length to put in a barrel of Hypo, so you will not have any issues in sucking any of the chemicals up if you do this. I'll show you sort of a clip of me using this as a sort of sacked item on a job. As you can see, I'm putting it in a barrel of Hypo. Perfect. Application of it is perfect. I get a lot of comments regarding that. So they say, oh, I've got half a barrel of Hypo, but it's not sucking it. But what the problem is, if you've not got this hard plastic, the pipe bends up and you can't suck any Hypo. And so yeah, so this end goes into your barrel of Hypo. Then you connect like that. Get your gun. Voila. Then obviously your hose for the jet wash to there. So that is my setup to do Hypo. You see it's got a nozzle here, a lever side. When it's down like that, that is sucking Hypo or chemicals, biocide, whatever you may be applying. When you turn it like that, that stops the chemical. So it's just water only. Or if you want it to, you could just take off the end and then just, if you've got any chemicals somewhere you think, oh, I better get that rinsed down, you can just take that off, rinse, and that'll just be normal water. As soon as you attach that back on and into here, the chemical is coming back up again. What I do, I was to show you this chart with the proportioners, which these are called proportioners, and you can take them out, swap them out to whatever you want. But what I want to get from Ben from Rutland Pumps is a switch tip. A switch tip is fantastic. I'll put a picture up here, and where that fits into here, then that goes on the bottom of the switch tip. And what the tip is, it's a circle dial where you can just literally turn it for your dilution. Then you don't need the proportioner in here. See, it can be a bit awkward to get out and in sometimes. So Ben from Rutland Pumps have invented this tool, equipment, which is really good because it's called a switch tip. You put it on and it does exactly what it says on the tin. You switch the sort of red tip around to alter your dilution. So much easier than messing around. Keep it on. So what I'll do, I'll get the chart so I can show you the proportioners and the mixes and everything. Just get them out. In here, I don't know if you can see, if I turn you down, all of these are called the proportioners. Different colours for different mix ratios to apply the chemicals. So yeah, so that is the dilution chart with the proportioners. So what I want to do is get the switch tip, so I don't have to worry about any of these things. Don't have to keep them in my toolbox or nothing. As long as I've got my switch tip, I can dilute to whatever I want. Okay guys, so what is my honest opinion about the Pro Foam from Rutland Pumps? Well, is, to be honest, it's a fantastic piece of equipment. I got this early doors when I first started out, because I was applying it with a watering can. When I'm mixing it up, it's dangerous pouring chemicals and mixing it with water. With this, put the tube in and away you go. So it takes the element about getting chemicals on your hands and stuff when you're trying to mix it. So for anyone out there who's on the edge about buying it, either the Pro sort of Jet or the Pro Foam. A lot of people use the Pro sort of Jet, which you can rinse down better with the Pro Jet. That's the only downside with this. You can't rinse down really. It's just to apply the chemicals. But to be honest, a fantastic piece of kit, and I'd highly recommend buying one of these. So get in contact with Ben at Rutland Pumps. So drop my name, Phil from PJB Exterior Cleaning. Hi guys, if you find this content useful, hit that subscribe. It really helps out my channel. Hit a like, drop a comment. Are you going to buy one of these, a Pro Foam from Rutland Pumps? If you do, when you speak to Ben or anyone at Rutland Pumps, just mention my name, Phil from PJB Exterior Cleaning, as I like to help out all the companies. Also, the other company I deal with a lot of is with Julia and Mark at Gutter Vac Systems. Fantastic sort of equipment. I use the Panther sort of a gutter vac and the alley pools and sort of a generator, and awesome customer service as well. Okay, so anyway guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye.